Greetings of the day to everybody. I am Dhatri Shri from Inter First Year MEC, and I'll be speaking a few words today about the air pollution in Delhi. Now, to start off, Delhi is choking. The AQI there has crossed hazardous levels, reaching as high as 1,200 recently, leaving the residents gasping for breath. Now, currently, the city has been placed in the hazardous category, and the air is considered dangerous even for normal, healthy individuals. The visibility is extremely poor due to the heavy amount of particulate matter in the air, and of course, the authorities have issued warnings to the people, especially the citizens who have respiratory conditions, and the elderly and the children, to limit their outdoor activities. Now, here we can have a look at the air quality index released by the CPCB, the Central Pollution Control Board of India. And as you can see, the standard that has been set the most is 500. That is the maximum standard. Yet, many private organizations in Delhi claim that the AQI has crossed the triple digit mark. Now, when we talk about Delhi, we know that it is by far the most polluted city in India, with the pollution levels exceeding hazardous thresholds very regularly. Other cities like Ahmedabad and Mumbai also suffer from significant pollutions, but not to the same extent as Delhi. Now, we can take a look at southern cities like Hyderabad or Chennai or Bangalore, which have better air quality, though the pollution is now on the increase due to rapid urbanization and traffic. Other cities like Pune or Lucknow, they're also seeing rising pollution levels, but still, it is nothing compared to the northern megacities. Now, here we have a 2022 ranking of the most polluted cities in India, and it is no surprise, Delhi takes the first place. Let us look at certain factors which result in the pollution of Delhi. Now, they have been broadly subcategorized into three different categories, that is year-round factors, seasonal factors, and natural factors. Year-round factors are these very obvious ones. We have vehicular emissions from cars, trucks, and other diesel vehicles. Basically, vehicles, especially old and poorly maintained ones, emit a large amount of smoke and other harmful gases like carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and particulate matter into the air, which result in air pollution. We can take a look at industrial emissions next from factories and power plants. Basically, industries in and around Delhi release a large number of toxic wastes, including sulfur dioxides, carbon monoxides, into both air and water, effectively polluting them. Now, road dust originating from construction work, which includes the building of roads and real estate development, which generates a lot of dust and particulate pollution, adding on to the already bad air pollution. Now, the open burning of garbage and organic waste, once again, adds on to the already poor air quality. Now, something peculiar or something to look at right now here is the climate and weather conditions of Delhi. The constant temperature inversions and the low wind speeds of Delhi create a situation where all the pollutants in the air are closely linked down to the ground without any escape. Now, these seasonal factors presented here have been highlighted the most as the major factor resulting in pollution of Delhi, that is stubble burning and burning of firecrackers. Now, stubble burning in nearby states, especially Punjab and Haryana, during the season of autumn creates a lot of smoke. How? So basically during harvest season, farmers burn off the crop residue, leading to a lot of smoke which rises up and drifts into Delhi. Now, why exactly does it drift into Delhi? We'll talk about it later on. And another factor being bursting of crackers during Diwali. It leads to light pollution, air pollution, and sound pollution. It is general knowledge. And of course, it releases toxic chemicals and harmful gases into the air. And the smoke released from the burning of these firecrackers just creates a thick layer of smog which lingers around for days. Additionally, the festival causes vehicular pollution and a more open burning of waste, once again acting adversely. Now, here we can take a look at certain headlines which have been issued in view of the problem caused by stubble burning. Now, when we look at natural factors, first comes the reduced wind speed. So, winds generally, which are high moving or even moderately speed winds, they tend to move around the components in air from one place to another. This effectively moves around or disperses pollutants, but low wind speeds means that there is no dispersion. And this low dispersion of pollutants means that there's a higher accumulation and there's a higher concentration of pollutants in the air. We can also have the northwesterly winds, which are cold and dry winds, and they're responsible for a dip in mercury. Rather, they're responsible for the drop in temperature. They bring smoke from farm fires in Punjab and Haryana. It's not just that. If these northwesterly winds are fast enough, from the smoke and pollution in Punjab and it's not just this. If these northwesterly winds are high enough and are fast enough, then smoke and pollutants from the Gulf region, eastern Pakistan and Afghanistan also has chances of drifting in. Meaning that there's not just a heavy inflow of pollutants from neighboring states, but also neighboring countries altogether. To counter these northwesterly winds, we of course have the southeasterly winds. These are warm and moisture laden, and they bring moisture from the Bay of Bengal towards Delhi. Now these also blow towards Punjab and Haryana, reducing the impact of farm fires. But evidently, these winds have not been strong enough to counter the northwesterly winds, leading to the high pollution of Delhi. There are obviously consequences that are being faced by Delhiites due to the severe pollution, the starting of it being health issues. There's an increase in chronic respiratory diseases like asthma or bronchitis, and a rise in heart attacks and heart stroke has also been observed. Moreover, this rising air pollution has been directly linked to premature deaths. Yes, reduced life expectancy. The air pollution in Delhi is so bad that the studies have shown that there is a reduced life expectancy. Studies show that the air pollution in Delhi is so bad that it just snubs away 6 to 7 years of your life, all because of pollution. And it's not just that. The remainder of your life has a reduced quality. And it's not just that. The remainder of your life has a reduced quality because, of course, the high amount of irritants in the air cause eye irritation, migraines, fatigues, and other such diseases, which discourages the citizens from moving out of their homes, leading directly to an adverse effect on both their mental and physical health. We have poor visibility and safety hazards. Now, the high amount of smoke, smog, and haze in the air has been leading to a high number of road accidents, making commuting from place to place also very hazardous. We have environmental damage on crops. The air pollutants affect soil fertility and also reduce the water quality, hence harming environment. And of course, lastly, we have the impact on children. Children are by far the most vulnerable with early developmental issues and other chronic diseases. Now, there have been certain measures which have been undertaken so far. We can start with the crop residue management scheme, the CRM scheme, which basically provides subsidies to farmers for buying stuff like rotavators, aviators, so turbo happy speeder and super seeders, and also the super SMS management. All these are basically agricultural tools which help minimize environmental impact by providing alternative and mechanical ways to manage stubble. We have the CAQM, the Commission for Air Quality Management. Now, this CAQM has releases protocols for the management of air pollution caused specifically due to stubble burning. Initiatives have also been taken to reduce vehicular pollution because, as said before, it is an year-round factor. There has been a shift from BS4 to BS6, and there has also been a higher promotion of electric vehicles and a shift to cleaner fuels. Now, certain initiatives have been taken to reduce vehicular pollution because, as stated before, it is a year-round factor. There has been a shift from BS4 to BS6, and there has been a higher promotion of electric vehicles. Lastly, we have the Gradient Response Action Plan. This basically places a ban on construction activities, and it also instructs certain thermal power plants to shut down whenever the air pollution released by them is heavy. Lastly, let's just discuss some more other ways to deal with air pollution. Now, the first thing that is to be kept in mind is that while dealing with air pollution in Delhi, there should be an approach involving government action, public awareness, and individual efforts. We can start off with stricter emission standards from the government side, where implementing and enforcing stricter emission standards and providing alternatives like biofuel energy and mechanical stubble management system would help curb the problem of stubble burning. We can also have a complete ban on crop residue burning. We can also push for a complete ban on crop residue burning. Though a ban has already been implemented in 2015, it has not been enforced due to inefficiency in implementation of the ban. Now, there has already been a ban on crop residue burning since the year 2015, but it has not been enforced due to inefficiency in implementation of the ban. Now, if the ban comes into full effect, then it would substantially mitigate the entire problem of air pollution because majority of it is caused by crop residue burning in the first place. Now, we can also take certain dust control measures like the water sprinkling system or placing a sheet of cover on construction activities. Of course, that goes without saying. Individual actions like switching to cleaner fuels at home, shifting to public vehicles, or shifting to cleaner fuels in your vehicles, and of course, burning less firecrackers and stuff would obviously help a lot. And lastly, we have climate change mitigation. Care has to be taken into both national and international levels to address the broader issue of climate change as a whole to reduce air pollution, especially in cities like Delhi. Now, this is already being done to a certain extent through the India's NCAP, that is the National Clean Air Program, and the United Nations Climate Change Conference, the UN COP. In conclusion, the air pollution in Delhi is very adverse and obviously affects a lot of people that are currently facing a lot of problems. But taking certain measures slowly yet steadily would gradually increase the air quality there, leading to a healthier and safer place of residence for Delhiites. Thank you.